How to do fam? I'm your man, SteubeMan. Yes, another video. We're getting back into it. Well, in yesterday's video, I talked about basically the return of my channel and the getting back to the roots of the channel, which was promoting my novel, basically. And so I want to take this video to talk about my novel and more specifically what it's about and that kind of thing. So overall, my novel is kind of like I think the word's pastiche, but you could say it's a pastiche of different events in my life. And then I rearranged them into a story and then innovated in certain areas to kind of like tie it all together. So some of it is based on actual experiences in my life, and some of it is just I completely made it up, as you would a novel, a fictional novel. So specifically, the novel is about some experiences I had working retail, like I mentioned in the previous video, but it also is includes some parts of when so it takes place in around 2010, and it incorporates some of my experiences when I was living in my car or out of my car in my car during that time, and some of the struggles of working a retail job while also living out of your car. And so some themes are kind of like post 2008 recession, that kind of thing, and kind of dealing with the consequences of that. And then, but also using that kind of economic opportunity, you could say, even though it's not really an opportunity. Anyway, for more of a introspective kind of for introspection, basically. And so there's religious themes and coming of age themes, and things about wanting to be like, what does it mean to be an artist, and then how does the calling of being an artist, how does that fit in with a calling that God places on you? So there is this undercurrent of Christianity throughout the novel, and it's about some of the things that I learned as I was in a process of rediscovering my faith, even though I feel like you're always kind of learning something new when you take your faith seriously. So anyway, that's kind of the basic plotline. So, or the basic scenario, you could say. So I wrote some questions for myself, so that's why I'm referencing over here. Um, Basically, the main character's name is Jacob. I think I'm gonna call him Jacob Barfus. Kind of, I wanted to find a funny last name that similar to my own, because Stubby is a kind of a funny last name. That's where SteubeMan comes from, I guess, if you want to know. Anyway, so Jacob is a retail associate. He's the star of the novel, and he is living out of his car, just as I was. And he is working retail in a what do they call them? It's like a kind of like an outlet type of store. And so I forgot what the name for those, but I talk about it in the novel, whatever. Anyway, so he's working retail in a kind of a clothing store, a kind of a larger corporate clothing store, and it's about how he kind of starts to notice that you kind of have to turn a blind eye to some of the uh, fraudulent activity that happens in the store, um, specifically regarding customers and stuff like that. But at the same time, but he works his job part time. And most of his other time is spent basically wandering around town, from driving from place to place, trying to find places to sleep at night, and also trying to get back to his calling to be an artist of some sort, and also at the same time starting to feel a religious calling on his life. So the novel is structured in basically like three parts so far. I think that's what I'm gonna go with: part one, part two, part three. and each part kind of is like a different phase, I guess you could say, in his journey. And so unfortunately the novel is kind of long. It's like 650 pages so far, which is definitely a lot. And I have to get feedback from people that I want to submit it to kind of read, get their feedback about how long is it. I feel like it's gonna be long, kind of like, you know, the way a Harry Potter book is long, but you can still read it fast. I'm hoping it's kind of like that. I'll wait to get some feedback from some people and see if that's actually how it is. And I guess now I just kind of want to talk about like what inspired me to write this novel. So originally, I was going to write a novel about a Christian family, and it was going to be where I took a kind of like a, oh, how do you say? So there's like in that novel, there's several characters, and I wanted to tell the story of each of the characters, right? But as I was writing that novel, I kind of felt like maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe I don't know how to write a novel. What gives It's kind of like what gives me the right to write about all these different characters that are just fictional, if I don't even know what a real character in real life is. So I don't know if that makes any sense. So basically, that's why I wanted to write the retail associate. The whole point of the retail associate from an artistic endeavor is I just wanted to understand what it's like to kind of write from real life, so that when I write full-blown fictional characters, I can write them in such a way that it rings true to life. And so that's kind of like my overall aspiration with telling stories, or you know, writing about different characters, is I want to be able to give readers an opportunity to see characters embody certain ideals, certain beliefs, certain you know, those kinds of things, certain behaviors, I guess you could even say, um, and watch them kind of go on a journey of discovering what is it about, like what is it about those beliefs that makes them who they are. What about those beliefs kind of changes who they are, you know, things like that. um, so yeah, long story short, it's about this novel is just more of an artistic endeavor more than anything, but then it kind of, you know, became a 12-year artistic endeavor. Anyway, and my main inspiration as far as authors are concerned is Fyodor Dostoevsky, the 19th century Russian author. And I hope to I sound so naive to myself, and basically you know, I want to aspire to be a Dostoevsky, but who the hell do I think I am? Anyway, the reason why I'm attracted to him, maybe I can talk about that another time, but he's the main inspiration. If you know, you know. If you don't know, watch another video in the future that I'll put out, or maybe just go look into him yourself. Dostoevsky is top notch. In fact, I'm rereading Demons, which is a novel from 1871. And just maybe do a little Google search about what Demons is about. I think you'll kind of, I don't know, begin to see why we are in the predicament in the world that we are in. I probably shouldn't talk off the cuff all the time. I'm going to stop the video right here. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great time.